Hey there, Gemini, and welcome to your week of January 17th, 2022 General Tarot reading. We're looking at your energy over here on the left. In the center, we're going to look at some challenges for you. And over on the right, we're going to look at some potential outcome cards for you. We're going to clarify them all, tie them all off with an oracle card, and hopefully this will all be resonating and clicking with you. If it doesn't, don't try to make something fit that doesn't. It's general readings. So without further ado, let's get into your energy. We got the Five of Wands, the Death card, and the Ten of Cups for you, Gemini, for your energy this week. So I like this so far. The Ten of Cups represents our dreams come true. I feel like you're really making a change and improving yourself, working towards those dreams with the Five of Wands and the Death card. The Death card is Scorpio's card, so you may have Scorpio in your chart, might be dealing with a Scorpio, but Death represents the end of a cycle, the end of something coming to a head, you know, the death of something and the birth of something else. I feel like this is you being fed up with, you know, maybe the old you, and you're trying to improve yourself here in this new year, which is great. I like that because the Five of Wands talks about self-improvement. It talks about these people training, right? They're coming into conflict, but they're training together to improve each other, right? Because they all want to be better. So I like that. I like this kind of energy you got going. And it's all with the purpose of going after your dreams here with the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is your dream life, whatever that looks like to you. For this instance of this card, it's this dream family in their home and such. But you may not want kids. Your dream life might be a bit different. But yeah, I like this. I like this kind of energy here where you're really improving yourself and moving forward. So I like that a lot. So let's get some clarifiers here before we move on and see what we got, Gemini. What can we get a little more detail on? This seems pretty straightforward, but a little extra knowledge never hurts, right? So let's see what we got. Got the Two of Cups, the Magician, and the Three of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. It's quite different. But the Two of Cups, I like your I like the Two of Cups with the Magician and the Nine of Pentacles. This is a nice little combination because the Two of Cups can be a potential soulmate for you coming into your life. So that's great. Maybe that's what you're making this change for, this improvement, because you feel like, you know, you need to improve yourself in such a way so that you can attract a partner, which is great. I like that. It's a good mentality to have. With the Nine of Pentacles as well, maybe that's what you're working towards and trying to manifest with the Magician, is this sort of independence. You know, it's kind of like you don't need anyone. You just want someone to enhance your life, which is a great mindset to be in as well. You know, some people, you know, feel like they need someone to complete them. And that's really kind of more, that's not really fair to that person, because then they're once they kind of figure that out, or you tell them that or something, then they kind of, maybe if they don't feel the same, or maybe you're a little cold feet, that might set them off, right? Because they may feel like, oh, like if I, you know, leave this person, their life's going to crumble, right? And they might feel chained to you, and that's not fair, right? You want to be independent and be able to stand on your own and not need them, just want them in your life, right? So that's great. That's all really good. I like this. The Two of Cups could also just be talking about how maybe you're making the choice to move into this self-improvement as well, so that you have independence and that you can manifest whatever you want in your life too, because twos in tarot represent choices, of course. So maybe you haven't already made this choice, but you've been thinking about it, and now you're deciding to go forward with it here. So I like this. This is great. Awesome, Gemini. This is great energy to be in. We got a card popping out already for us. It's the Knight of Swords. Let's see what else we got, though, for your potential challenges this week. What do we have? We got the Knight of Swords to start things off. Oh, we got the Ace and Two of Pentacles. Very interesting. Interesting. Well, the Knight of Swords really represents kind of this impulsive, restless energy here. I feel like you kind of just want to get going, right? It's almost as if you're like, I want results now, right? Like, it's like you hit the gym after one day and you're like, why haven't I shed the weight? Why haven't I built muscles? You know, that kind of a thing. You know, you just need to temper your expectations. These things take time, and I know you may feel a little impatient, but it is what it is. With the I was going to say the Two of Swords. With the Two of Pentacles here, the Two of Pentacles represents really you kind of being in a like never-ending cycle, right? You might feel as though like you're not getting the results you want now. You're not moving forward. You're kind of stationary. You're not, you know, you've started off with something that has potential with this Ace of Pentacles, but you're not getting anywhere here. Very interesting. Because I feel like for most of you who have already made the decision, already are moving forward, or maybe you're about to make, oh, excuse me, a hiccup already. You're about to make this choice to move forward into self-improvement. You might feel like you really need to see results as quickly as possible. That's not how it works oftentimes with things. Like most things in life, it takes time, and that sucks, but it is what it is, right? So just really, to me, this is really telling us that you just need to take your time. You need to kind of temper those expectations, because sometimes life can be a little tricky, a little sucky that way, where, you know, we all want what we want now, right? We don't want to wait around, or we feel like we waited enough, right, to get what we want. But again, just need to take a little time here. What have we got here? We got a card popping out. We got the Hanged Man. Yeah, that's more of that stationary energy, right? That's stagnation. So again, you might feel like you're not getting the results. You might feel like you're not moving at all. You're hanging by your ankles here. What else do we got? We got the Four of Wands and the Star. Star is Aquarius's card, so you might have Aquarius in your chart. You might be dealing with an Aquarius this week as well. But the Star is your wishes and your dreams. And again, we feel like we're stagnating here. We're not really moving, which is interesting too with the Four of Wands as well, because it looks like the Four of Wands is just holding this thing up here. It looks like it's supposed to be a building, I would say, but it looks like it's just holding it up. It's not going anywhere here. And so again, you might feel that way. It's just like, we're not moving, we're not progressing. Why is this not happening? I have all this energy, I'm putting all this effort in, I'm trying to move forward, I got this new start I'm really excited about. Why am I not seeing improvements? Why am I not seeing, you know, gains, you know, those kind of things? So very interesting. I just feel like you need to kind of really open your mindset a bit here, especially with the Hangman, because the Hangman, you see, he's looking at the world in a different way. And here, you may not be looking at the world in a different way. You might be looking at it exclusively from one point of view here at this time, Aquarius. So interesting. So let's look at some potential outcome cards for you. Before we do, thank you so much for being here. Remember, we're tying everything off with an oracle card at the end, so you're going to want to stick around for your full message. So let's see what we got for you. All right. Got that 10 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Wands here. Yeah, we're working towards a completion for sure with these two 10s. 10s in tarot represent completions, the end of cycles, those sort of things. So I like this. With the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands, really talking about, you know, you're working towards something bountiful in your life and ending some stresses here, which that might be what's happening back here in your challenges, is it's really causing you a lot of stress because you're not seeing the results you want, right? But the 8 of Pentacles is going to tell us slow and steady wins the race. You know, working hard, putting in the time, putting in the practice. Practice makes perfect. Repetition is the path to mastery. All those good sayings, you know, people sometimes I see in the comments being like, oh, well, you know, you say a lot of, like, you know, sayings and stuff that don't really help anybody. Well, they're sayings for a reason. Like, they are, because there are truths to them, right? And that is a truth. Like, when you practice something and you keep repeating it, you get better at it. And you may not feel like you get better at it at a super awesome rate. You may only get little by little. And as you improve, the more you improve to a point, the less results you see, right? If you're like at the top of your game in something, like, or near the top of your game, you're not going to see immense improvements the way you would if you never played before. Like if you're doing like a sport or something, right? Like you may start off, I have no idea how to play baseball, and then, you know, after like a couple months, you're like, oh, I'm doing great at this, but you're not improving the way you want to see your improvements, right? So that's an example there. For instance, it's also saying here that you got to put the work in, you got to put the time in, you got to just be patient, because you're not going to become a master overnight here. But once you get to that point, once you kind of start realizing that, I feel like you're going to be in a better mindset and a better pathway here. So let's take a look and see what we got here and what we can do for your challenges, your challenges. Oh, I did this to Aquarius too. I told them we're going to clarify their challenges when I meant to clarify their outcome cards. So yeah. I don't know what's going on with me this morning. I'm not doing so hot, I guess. We got the Judgment. That's interesting. We got the Seven of Wands here. We got the Seven of Wands here as well. But interesting, the Judgment, it's 20. We got 2 10s. Very interesting there. I love it when the numbers kind of match up. And we got the Fool with the Seven of Wands here. Yeah, this is something new for you, I feel. This is something really, the Fool, it's a new thing for you, a new beginning. When 10s, like we say, 10s represent completions, the ends of cycles, they also represent the beginning of something else, and the Fool represents that as well. So I feel like Judgment and the Fool is telling you that, like, you got to commit to this, you got to commit to the improvements, the practice makes perfect, all that good stuff, if you want to see a new beginning here. So I like that. That's great. With the Seven of Wands here, it is saying stand your ground, and I feel like a lot of times the Seven of Wands can represent stand your ground in like a very negative light, and kind of like everyone's trying out to get me. I feel like this is more stand your ground, like stick with it, like don't try to like overdo this, don't try to like find a cheat around or something like that. Stand your ground, stick with it, be patient. So I like that a lot. That's awesome. So let's tie this all off with an oracle card, Gemini, see what we got for you. Hopefully everything's resonating, hopefully everything's helping you out. Thank you so much for being here, for spending this time with me. It does not go unloved here or unappreciated. So what do we got for you? We got the Rabbit Spirit. Now's the lucky time. So yeah, maybe this reading for you is lucky that you've seen this. Maybe you were about to head down a path of just doing the same thing, bashing your head over and over again against the wall. One of my favorite things is the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And like I can relate to that as well for myself with these readings. For instance, I try to spice it up and change up my reading style and stuff, or change up the format a bit, because I feel like if like things are kind of stagnating on the channel, and maybe that's what you need to do. You just don't necessarily need to change what you're not necessarily not change what you're doing. You need to kind of have that spice up, change your perspective, change whatever here, because maybe you're just kind of doing the same thing over and over again, and you're like, why isn't this working? It works for everyone else, or it works for a lot of other people. Maybe there's a different path for you, because not necessarily everything works for everyone else. And maybe now's a lucky time that you open your eyes out. Maybe something will kind of click with you. It's the world, and life is funny and chaotic like that sometimes. So hopefully that's helped you out. Hopefully that's resonating with you. Want to help out the channel? Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can find your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos easier that way, so you can check them out after this. Thank you for being here, and I hope to see you in the next video.